Yep, we should be up live and running now. Hey guys, Kayak Mike here. We're going to be going over all the Hoover events that are going to be happening on May 10th in this stream. To my, I guess, left is Joe Hatfield, and below me is Shane Holshoe. And they're going to take it over while I go and blast out this live to. Uh-oh. While I go blast this out to all the social media platforms.
All right, guys. So, I guess welcome back for some of us.
Yeah.
Once we go live, I'll introduce Shane, but just he's going to be taking or running the Hoover tournaments with me, and he was just out there in the water. You probably saw some shirtless pictures of him over the weekend.
Yeah. Had
Anything
my
to say about?
pepperonis out.
Yeah. So how'd you end up? How many fish did you end up catching in
We caught 13.
13? What's biggest?
Vegas was 32, 31, 22. Cut two 17s, and the rest was lower teens.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few 30s coming out. A couple high 40s. I haven't seen anybody pull out a 50 or a 60 yet. So I know
I know
last
that one map measured, what was it, 46 inches?
dude, that was a tank.
That I'm saying that was probably 50, 51, somewhere in that area. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a huge fish.
Yeah, that was a good fish.
So not surprised he's the one who caught it either. That guy,
Yeah.
he's pretty
And
good.
then him, Jacob caught a few good ones. I don't know what's the name that finished first, but he has some good fish.
Blaine Peterman.
Blaine
Yep.
Peterman. I don't know him personally, but
Yep.
he be getting on him.
You'll meet Blaine. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he's a really good dude. Me and him kind of have a secret weapon on Hoover. Everyone knows we do it, but no one else does it. So like it's kind of sweet seeing him up top. Yeah. So
Hoover's a fun fishery.
Oh yeah.
Well, so Seneca, and we're gonna start there too a little bit for this chat because I'm running the Seneca tournament this week, and it's a mini Hoover. It's actually bigger. It's almost like Hoover. You can run your full motor. Blues are getting big, so I'm kind of excited for it.
And the tournament he is talking about is the Central Ohio Catfishing Trail Seneca 5-2. That's running 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And the Seneca Lake Public Ramp, is that the name of the ramp, I'm assuming?
Seneca Lake Marina.
Marina, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Seneca doesn't have too many launch ramps. This is the main one. Seneca Lake Marina is where we're going off of.
Got it. Very good.
There'll be a post on the Central Ohio page with a map and directions. Are we all set? Can I just start in on Seneca real quick?
Yeah, you can go in on Seneca if you want, and then we can bump right over to Hoover.
Yeah. So I'll talk about Seneca just real quick. So I am making my triumphant return to Seneca this weekend, 5-2. So all the anglers out there, rules a little bit different than the Hoover Cats. So let me run through this. Check-in, it's going to be 5:30 to 6:50. We do a blast off for Central Ohio. We're different for Hoover, but I'm not changing their rules. When we meet in the marina, I think everyone, I feel comfortable with them going out and probably catching bait in the marina, and you can make your way all the way out to the buoys for the launch. Blast off's at 7. I want everybody back at 4:30. This tournament is a 5-fish limit. So that's any combination of legal fish for everyone out there. That means you can have two 35-inch blues, two 28-inch channels, two 35-inch flatheads. As long as it's in that order, you can't have more than 3 overs on one species. I know that kind of rule kind of confused everybody, but think of it this way: any 3 legal fish. So, say you go out there and you get 2 blues that are over, you get a 28-inch channel, that's over. They're different species, you can weigh those in. So 5-fish limit, any combination of that sort. Well, now we can, I guess, move on to Hoover. We can circle back if anybody has questions. I just wanted to run that through real quick for everyone so it's out there. Thank you everyone for having me back to run this the Hoover Cats Trail, and I'd like to introduce Shane Holshoe. He's directing the trail with me this year. Shane, you want to take over and tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. I've been fishing Hoover for a couple years now. Got a nice little tight knit community. You know that buddies, you and a bunch of other guys that we fish with. That's good, and it's a good lake, good trail. It ain't an abundance of tournaments. It's just select few tournaments, and it's a fun time. It really is. And I've been fishing since what? Ever since I could hold a pole in my hand, I'd say.
Yeah.
Running creeks and catching creek chubs and thinking you're catching giants when you're 5, 6 years old, all the way up to now. And now we're chasing even bigger monsters. I mean, it's a good time. Hoover's a really good time.
It is, and I know you're one of my good friends in the sport, and I really appreciate you stepping up to run it with me. It's always
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Stuff happens, and now I just want to thank you for stepping on with me.
Ain't no problem. Well, we got 5 tournaments for the whole year left?
Yeah, five for the whole year. We kind of cut it down from last year. Last few years, I got to look at the lake, and I didn't think running 8 to 9 tournaments a year was appropriate. The lake's highly pressured as it is when it's not tournament day. I mean,
and then
boat ramps on Friday, Saturday night, can't even find a spot anymore, and so I thought it was ultimate. You got to be responsible and conserve the lake, and so we dialed it back this year.
Yeah, and you took out all the ones that was in the hotter parts of the year too. That's just for the fish safety. That way they ain't sitting in them live wells all day long in 95-degree heat.
No, that's another thing. Tried to spread it out around the spawn in the summer. I was actually going to do away with the November tournament, but last year was one of our highest attended events, so I thought I'd keep that one in there. Just seems to be a fun day on the water. We always, knock on wood, always have really good weather for it. So that one's going to stay in there. Plus, I'd rather fish these months. Like I said, water's cooler, fish aren't spawning. Recovery's a lot better. So,
the bite's better.
Bite's better. Trying to protect the lake as much as we can.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you go over any of the details on Hoover, like where you guys are going to meet, the times, and that kind of stuff for the weight side?
Nope, I'm going to do that right now. So Hoover on the weight side, we're going to be going off Oxbow. Check in. I will be there at 5 a.m. to check people in. We're getting that time of year where that ramp's going to get crowded fast. So we do allow trailering. So just keep in mind, if you come out late and that place is packed, I will be checking in people till 6:45. After that, I'm kind of cutting it off. That gives me 15 minutes to get out on the water. So 5 a.m. to 6:45 is check-in. So when you check in at Hoover Events for the weight division, you check in with me, pay your entry fee. We're going to do a live well check, ask me any questions you want, and then you're permitted to go out on the water and go anywhere you want. The only stipulation is between 5 a.m. and 7, there are no lines allowed in the water at all. No bait rods, nothing. It's cast net only. One of the reasons we did that is because I can't be out there I'm letting people out because we have the kayak division going out, or the measurement division with kayaks and smaller boats. They're allowed to go out and get their spots. It's just to make everything equal for everyone. It's not something I can, police, but if anybody sees you out there with a rod in the water, they can take a picture, and that's a disqualification. So cast net only between that check-in time of 5 a.m. to 7. Like I said, you check in with me, you can launch, you can go anywhere on the lake. Lines in at 7, lines out at 4. So you fish from 7 to 4, just like the King Cat Trail. That's one of the reasons I put this in is it kind of mimics the National Trail rule, how they do it. So when you get the full day to fish, back to the ramp by 4:30, and you don't have to be in. You just have to be within Oxbow, within that buoy area where I can see you, or around that area. Sometimes it gets crowded within the buoys, but back in that harbor area at Oxbow by 4:30. This is a 3 fish limit. Like I said, with same with Seneca, any combination legal fish. You can have 2 blues over 35 inches and 1 under, or 2 blues over 35 inches and a flathead over 35 inches, or a channel over 35 inches. It's any combination of legal fish.
Based on a 2-person boat, right?
Based on a 2-person boat.
Yeah.
And it's by
Just don't
feet.
want. I just don't want anyone coming in with 3 overs with 3 people.
That's true. Typically, we don't get too many people trying to fish Hoover. It's,
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Like if that did happen, somebody come in, I would really push them towards a measurement division.
Mhm.
Just for that, it's there for that because I don't want to see someone waste $100. That'd be very, very tough
Yeah.
to go out on Hoover and win a tournament like that with with only one angler. I wouldn't want someone to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be tough. I fished Rising Sun by myself. That was rough.
Yeah.
It's different with the 5 fish limit because you can get 4 good unders and maybe get a blue and a flathead combination. But with that 3 fish limit, it just kind of makes it, like I said, almost a death sentence if you're trying to win that tournament. It's very, very tough.
You're at a disadvantage for sure.
Yep. One thing I am going to do here at the beginning, and if I do forget, someone message me and remind me. But when we do our blast off, I'm going to open up a Facebook post on Hoover Cats. We're going to do the number of boaters that's in the water. I want to break down all the entry and everything so everyone knows what to expect. And also, we're going to use that as our kind of communication hub throughout the tournament. Again, you can always message me directly, or I'll put my phone number in the listing so anybody can call me. In case there is some kind of accident or emergency, or especially guys, if you decide to leave early, you're having a bad day, you're gonna back out. Sometimes guys don't tell anybody. We're sitting there at the weigh-in like, all right, is anybody left? What about this team? What about this team? What about this team? We just want to make sure everyone gets their fair opportunity, and we don't want anybody stuck out on the water. Say if you had an engine failure, just we're going to use that for group communication. Like I said, one of the best things to use it for is if you leave early, pop it in there so I know. Honestly, like I said, everything's going to kind of go back to what we did last year. I do have to update a couple of the rules on the Hoover page. On our previous rules, I just kind of go over it, but this is how we've run things for about 3 years now. So no real big changes. If you fish the trail, last year and years prior, everyone kind of knows what to do. But if you're new, when you come and check in, man, that's why I'm there, and I'm there to answer questions, and Shane's there to answer questions and help everybody out. We're gonna make sure everyone, has what they need, and even if you need bait or you need help or you need whatever you need, we want people to come to the trail and compete and be successful and have fun. That's what we're about. We get a lot of new anglers, and we're here to help. I've been fishing this trail for a lot of years, and a lot of the guys I know, they're the top anglers today, started somewhere, and they took lumps for half a year, some guys 2 years, and they made friends and fished the trail and got good. So we're some of the top anglers now, and that's what we want to see from everybody. We want everyone to have a good time, to be a competitive trail, and have one of the best communities in Central Ohio. So I'll stop blabbing for a minute.
Do you want to go over boundaries? I think we have the same exact boundaries for the length and the length divisions, the bank and the watercraft. It's as long as it's navigable by kayak from the main body of water. So essentially, this entire red dotted line, that's essentially the boundaries. Up here, you can get a little farther back in a kayak, which is fine. But as long as you're within these dotted lines, you're essentially within the boundaries.
Most boats aren't going to go up the right side.
Yeah.
You can go up so far until it turns into ripples, and you're not even in the town of Galena, so it's about a mile and a half.
Yeah.
If you go up the left side, you'll come to, there's a big giant rover bridge that goes across. Once you get past that, you're on kind of your own. Like if you want to try and go up there, I know some guys have in the past. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm not going up there and fetching you out.
Yeah.
So, now especially since I have a true deep V now, my butt's not going anywhere past that bridge. But typically, most guys you'll go. They can try and go up the creek, but you can only go so far. Hoover kind of sets its own boundaries there.
Yeah, it's nice. I don't have to worry about when I'm judging fish online, fish popping up over here. So it's a really easy reservoir to judge.
If you can make it to Route 3, I'll be impressed.
Yeah.
That gets, and our boats were not. They're too deep.
Yeah,
it's not happening.
Like I said, you make it about that railroad bridge, and that's about as far as you're going to go.
Sounds good. And then I will jump in here and I will go over the link stuff real quick. We'll just go over some sponsors. We got Real and Deal, Alva Jones. He's doing an incredible job with the bank events. There were a couple people concerned that we were cutting out bank events. We didn't cut a single bank event out this year, guys. All the Hoover events are still going on. He has a July 4th event going on at Knox for a bank event. We have a Bink Fox tournament on the Ohio River that's going on. There's another one at RCO, Raccoon Creek Catfit, or the Raccoon Creek Outfitters Catfish Bash on May 23rd is going on. That's a bank event, and Alva plans on putting more bank events on. In addition to those, were just the promised ones. In addition to that, he plans on putting more on. So, and let me explain something real quick to those bank guys, because a couple guys sent me a message concerned about not doing them all. They're just not all available on the app quite yet. That's all it is. It's not that we're not doing it. We're definitely doing all these dates. They're just not available to register on the app quite yet. I'm bringing Chubby Fish Outdoors back. So I now technically kind of own the company. I'm working with two other individuals with the company. So this will be live here in a little bit. We'll be selling apparel. It's going to strictly just an apparel company. Every time I wear a Chubby Fish Outdoors shirt out, I get just general public asking me if, like, hey, where do I get a Chubby Fish shirt? So I talked to the previous/current owner, Dave. Oh my God, Dave Obrick, and we're going to be bringing this back as strictly an apparel company. So there's going to be a lot of things that you could buy. This is not associated with Spring Tea whatsoever. I know some people are going to be concerned about that. Spring Tea is complete garbage. This is actually a local company in Columbus, Ohio. So people who are in Columbus, Ohio, if you order Chubby Fish stuff, you can pick it up in person. You don't even have to pay for shipping. And on top of that, all the proceeds that we get from this are going to help build guaranteed pots for future tournaments. Moving on. All right, the website. We just haven't we haven't officially gone live yet. Thank you, Raccoon Creek Outfitters, for being our main sponsor, title sponsor for the year. And Fleagle Electric. He does all of our plaques and stuff. So shout out to Adam Fleagle, who owns Fleagle Electric. All right. So
Now,
actually into the tournament.
Real quick on the Hoover side and Central Ohio. I kind of forgot that myself. Shout out to Paul's Marine. They're our sponsor this year. They started carrying Sea Arc boats, and they're interested in kind of the catfish community, because Sea Arc and catfish community are pretty tied together. So they're stepping on as our sponsor this year for tournaments. Gonna be handling some plaques and trophies.
That's awesome. I'm trying to bring their logo up.
Yeah, stepping up and sponsoring the trail this year.
That is their logo right there.
Yeah, and they're located in Lewis Center. If you're ever around there, stop in. They got a pretty cool showroom and a lot of nice boats. I bought my polar craft from there. And Paul's a good dude. And if you need service, give them a call. Yeah.
If this is going to be your first time doing a length event, on your phone, download the Fishing Chaos app. But everything you see me do on my computer, same thing on your phone. So I don't know why it took me here. Oh, okay. Hold on. Fishing Chaos. All right, the Fishing Chaos app. I don't know why it keeps on taking me to this turn. Oh, I have it set as default view. That's why. We're going to try this for a third time because I want people to know how to get to this. So once you download the app, it'll take you to something like this. What you're going to do is you're going to click up here, create your profile, go over to Trail Club on your phone, start typing in online catfishing tournaments. We'll pop up right away. You do need to be a member before you sign up for any of our tournaments. We do have to pay like $1,300 to $1,500 in insurance every year. That's essentially what your $20 membership fee covers. Then you go to tournaments. You'll scroll down to Hoover. Once you're on Hoover, there's two separate events. You have watercraft and you have bank only. The watercraft division is anyone can fish the watercraft division as long as you're not fishing the weight division. You can't double dip. You can't be weight and you can't be in the watercraft division, the length side simultaneously. And then the bank only division. We split these. Oh, you can't hear me? Wait, can you guys not hear me?
No, that was my fault. I tried to join the chat from my phone, but it tried to sign me into YouTube and I got kicked out. So.
Oh, okay. But you can hear me though, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. That's
Oh,
fine.
okay. Okay. There's two separate divisions. We got watercraft, and which is a watercraft link division, which anyone in a watercraft, kayak, boat, doesn't matter. And then the bank only division. We separated them because we weren't getting a lot of bank anglers fishing because it's really difficult to compete against the watercraft guys in this particular reservoir. So we split that up, and we've been getting a lot more bank guys. And the bank stuff is really Alva's baby. Alva is really doing a good job at promoting the bank events. The bank event is right here. It's 5 fish. The watercraft event is 3 fish. For us, I know they have a rule: nothing in from 5 to 7 a.m. Our side's a little different. From midnight till tournament time, there's no lines of any kind in the water. That's if you're bank and or the watercraft division. 3 rod max per boat per watercraft. You can have 5 people in your boat fishing if you want. They could all be partaking in the fishing activities, but 3 rods period per watercraft. That's to keep the kayak guys and the boat guys all in the same playing field. You register 1 person in your watercraft and you run 3 rods. That's the watercraft division, and that's essentially all you need to know. Keep your identifier in the photo. Make sure the whole fish is in the photo. I will go over some examples of submissions from Pickwick, Alabama, just so you guys can get an idea what you have to do when you submit the fish. So you see it's right side down.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I said I'd show Matt's fish.
Yeah. Wait, no, I didn't host that event. That's under Cat Yakers.
That's right.
You go right side down, left side up. You have to be clearly bumped. This one's clearly bumped. The entire fish must be in the photo. So hypothetically speaking, let's say he submitted the fish like this. Even though I can see the end, even though I can see it bumped, it's disqualified because the belly of the fish is out of the photo. Entire fish must need to be in the photo, and there's his identifier. Your identifier will be right here on the tournament homepage. It'll be right here, and it comes out 10 minutes before the tournament starts. So make sure you write down your identifier. It will be a mixture of numbers and letters. And yeah, and then you submit the fish to the tournament. And just make sure you sign up for the correct one. If you're a bank event, your entry fee is $27.50. That's to get $25 into the pot after the credit card fee that the Stripe charges. The watercraft event is $55 an entry. That's to get $50 into the pot after the Stripe credit card fee. So yeah, just make sure you sign up for the right event, and that's essentially all I have from my side. Short and sweet. We haven't changed anything in years. Those guys who've been fishing it, they'll just continue doing your thing. Any questions, let me know, or hit up Alva Jones, because Alva's very involved in this as well. I don't know why I didn't have Alva on, now that I think about it. But yeah, I'll do another live with him at some point. And that's all I got.
Yeah, so I really don't have too much to go over myself. I mean, just kind of picking up where we left off last year. I mean, it's been, it's been running pretty good the last few years. It's if you're new to it, we can, like I said, just come and we'll help you out. But a lot of the guys are all pros at this, and we're just gonna have fun this year and go back to having our nice relaxing trail and just have fun.
Payout. I do want to go over one thing. Payout expectation on the length side online. I typically do everything within 5 business days of the event being over. So if the event's on a Saturday or a Sunday, the following Saturday or Sunday, I typically have the payouts done before then. Alva's been doing some in-person cash payouts at the weigh-in. If you guys, we always encourage all the anglers, even in a length event, to go to the weigh-in for the weight guys, just to build community. I don't know if Alva's there. Sometimes he will pay out in person, and then I just PayPal Alva the entire fee that we collected. So I want to make sure the expectation on payouts is it might not be at the ramp for the length side. Like there's a chance that it is going to be your standard Wednesday or Friday when I get to it later on in the week. And for anyone new, the reason being, I just want to, so everyone understands, I'm not just holding your money. It's an ACH transfer. So long story short, what that means, anyone who signs up Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I don't get any of that money until Wednesday morning. So if we ever pay out before Wednesday or if we ever pay out before Thursday morning, I'm technically giving a loan out. I technically don't have all the money yet. In the history when we only had 3 or 4 people in an event, whatever. But now that we have like 100 anglers fishing every single month, I'm not doing thousands of dollars of loans. So yeah, that's not happening
Oh, come on,
anymore.
Mike.
So no. So
Shane said he spot you.
yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
can't hear. I can't hear what Mike's saying.
Oh,
He's like scratchy, blurry on my end. But whatever. Yeah. If you need anything, yeah, Mike, I'll spot you.
Oh, no,
okay.
no, we're messing around, bud. You don't want to do that.
That's funny.
So I didn't know
All
we
right.
couldn't hear you. Shane, do you have anything you wanted to kind of add?
Just everybody that wants to get into it. I mean, we're open arms to helping anybody that wants to come out and give it a shot. You have any questions, message me or Joe. We'll help you out the best we can. We just want everybody to feel welcome. We want to feel more like a family atmosphere and not just a bunch of people that stuck up that don't want to talk to nobody. We're here for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, you come to if you're new to the measurement division, or the bank division, come to the weigh-ins. I don't know if I'm going to have anything to give away this time, but we'll put you in the free giveaways we have with any products we have. But also, talk to guys. Make friends. Get a ride on the water. That's how. I mean, I don't know. It's just how we done it forever, and it's how a lot of my friends today have come from fishing this trail and fishing this tournament. I mean, some of my better friends in this world. We all met somewhere somehow, and like I said, if you're interested in fishing, whether you're starting on the bank or whether you're the measurement division, come talk to people. It's just going to make you better. That's how you get to be a better angler, especially is coming to the weigh-ins, because usually people tell you what they especially the guys that didn't do well will tell you what they did because they tried everything, and talk to the guys that did do well, and a lot of those guys are willing to give some advice, and it's just a good way to learn and become a better angler.
All right. Sounds good.
Absolutely, it is.
Sounds good. All right. We are just under that half hour mark, so we covered everything on the first one. In the future, for everyone who's watching, these will probably be more like 5-10 minutes long, if that. First one of the year, though, we always like to go in depth and make sure we cover absolutely everything. So thank you guys very much for joining, and I will cut it off now. All right, Kayak Mike out of here.